So in Romans 3, Paul uses this phrase. He says, you've been justified freely by grace. So what does justified mean? It means that you've been made right. Specifically, it means that you and God's relationship has been made right. And it hasn't always been that way. The Bible tells us that we were enemies of God. Because of the sin in our life, we were against him. And Jesus changed that. When Jesus saved us, he took a broken relationship, a relationship that was actually characterized as enemies, and he made it right so that we're now actually children of God. But Paul says that we were justified freely, and that's a really big deal. Because think about the way things work in our society. In our society, if you're accused of something, the only way that you can be justified is if you prove that you didn't do the thing that you're accused of. You're justified when you show that you're innocent. But for us, when it comes to the sin in our life, in our relationship with God, we can't prove anything. In fact, we're all guilty. Romans 3, the same verse, Paul actually starts it by saying that we have all sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. He's like, don't even try to say that you haven't. We all have. And that's something we just have to admit. But the good news is that we don't have to be innocent in order to be justified. We just have to have faith and be saved. Now, when I think about this, I think about my boys. The other day I walked into their bedroom at home and they had black cookie all over their face. And I asked them, I said, did you guys steal an Oreo? And did you eat it? And they both looked at me and said no. And trying to pretend like we've lived a good enough life would be like my boys, face covered in black cookie, trying to convince me that they didn't actually eat an Oreo. It's just not gonna happen. But God doesn't need us to be innocent. He just needs us to be justified by his grace, freely, no matter what we've done wrong, no matter how many times we've done it. He can justify us, and he does so because his grace is for us. His goodness and his love gives us favor and allows us to experience what we could never earn on our own.